Today's vlog is on free camping in Australia and how you can do it too. I had been wanting to go off-grid for most of my life, and now with my recent changes in my lifestyle I can actually do that, and I have been starting to do that. I had first learnt about free camping as boondocking because there were so many more people vlogging about their experience and providing all of this information on the land of YouTube and Google from America and beyond. Now I know it as free camping here in Australia. It's not to be confused with stealth camping here in Australia, which is parking, camping out illegally in a spot that you're not allowed to. I haven't done that yet, by the way. It's a little bit too inconspicuous for Calypso to blend into suburbia. So after I came to the realization that I was done living in the system that I was in, and I recognized I needed to make some purchases, I purchased the following things. However, keeping in mind these are right for me, these may just be a guide for you. So I purchased Calypso, the home and vehicle package all in one that came with a bedroom, a bathroom, a kitchen, a living space, which was able to get me around from places I needed to go. She came with the basics, which was a couple of small gas bottles and a battery, which was enough to power up my fridge and my stove from the gas bottles. So I made extra purchases, which was an extra battery, a solar panel for the top 150, an extra solar panel blanket 120, an inverter, a diesel heater, extra water bottles, and a generator. I predominantly free camp most of the time, with the exception being of one night per week at family's house, and that's to go back into Sydney for work. Even though I'm still plugged into my own power then, there are also other times where I might stop in at a cheap spot, a caravan park or a camp spot to get a good shower in. I mentioned in one of my other vlogs that I don't really use very much power at all. I pretty much just use my laptop charger, my iPhone charger and my blender, and then it's just powering everything else up in Calypso, which covers the lights, fans, the flush toilet, the water pump, the range hood. So it's really basic, and having the inverter also makes it really easy because I can then plug my laptop charger and my blender in to convert that energy. Most of the time I have enough sun to power up the batteries, which is amazing. There was the one issue that I had when there was no sun and it was raining for days and I couldn't get my generator out in the rain to power up Calypso. But one really awesome person sent me the answer to my questions, which was using a pet carrier to put the generator in so it didn't get wet. So thank you so much to that. And by the way, thank you to everybody else who has played a part in my journey. Growing up and living minimally really allowed me to prepare for this lifestyle that I lead now. However, over the last 10 years or so, I really learnt more about the detrimental effects to the environment and to humankind and the animal kingdom by society. I started to take a stance in moving away from the system whose focus is to use up all of Earth's abundant resources whilst preying on humanity's weaknesses in order for more power and coin. Hence the start of my free camp journey. So here's the how-tos of free camping, or as many others call it, boondocking. So before rolling into that camp spot, find out as much as you can about that free camp. Wikicamps is one amazing way you can do that. I think I paid around $8 for the purchase of the app. However, I use it daily and it covers just about everything I need about each camp. If you're using Wikicamps, you can filter out all the other paid options so that you only have free camps that come up. Otherwise, you can search online through national parks and New South Wales Water and loads of other places. Many national parks require bookings since COVID, but some of these just cost $6 for the whole entire booking and will cover you for your entire stay. The length of stay varies from place to place. However, I've come across sites ranging from 24 hours to 10 days and beyond. There are many free camps that require you to be self-contained. I've stayed at many places which are only friendly to motorhomes and caravans. However, in saying that, there are many more places which are only friendly to tents and accessible by car or four-wheel drive. Ensuring that you've researched the space before your stay will assist in finding that perfect spot. When rolling in to park up, there are some really other important things you need to consider when deciding where you park up in a free camp. Here's what to keep in mind. What direction will my solar panels need to face to capture the sun? Where will I have shade if the sun is too hot? Are there trees with large branches above that may fall in heavy rainfall or storms? Where could I get bogged if the rains fall in? How far away are the toilets, barbecue facilities, dump points, river? Can I park up close to some bushes, shrubs, trees for my fur baby, if you have one, to check out the wildlife? Who do I want my neighbours to be over the next period of time, if there are other campers? Are there black spots with no phone or internet coverage here? In an emergency, what's the quickest way out? At your chosen free camp destination, power. Sun shines down to the solar panels before giving that to my batteries. The battery power is then dispensed to different ports around Calypso. One is my inverter, which then converts the DC power to AC, so I can plug in my laptop charger and shake. Another is through the solar charge controller, which holds space for my iPhone charger using the USB ports. And another through my TV point, where there are a couple of 12-volt DC sockets. I use these for my Sirocco fans, which are great, by the way. Calypso has one other power point which can be used when I'm plugged into main power or my generator. Unfortunately, my aircon and my microwave need to be plugged into the main powers or my generator in order to work. So this summer I will be using my generator more often. And then we have food and water. I have 2 small gas bottles. One lasts about 10 days before needing another fill up. This means I have about 20 days worth of cold fridge if I start with 2 full gas bottles. I've found that Bunnings is cheaper to refill, rather than having it done on the service station along my journeys. If I plug into main power or my generator, my fridge will automatically connect to that power source. When driving around, my gas is turned off, so it will automatically connect to the main battery. Occasionally, some paid camp spots have a small shared kitchen and fridge available, but it's always great to check on Wikicamps or the website first. Cooking. Along with the gas keeping my fridge running, it also covers my stove usage, which I use up to about 5 times per day. I occasionally cook on an outside burner stove, which uses the smaller butane gas bottles. However, I don't particularly like that these will end up in landfill, so I'm looking at alternative options. Many free camps have barbecue facilities free to use. They just need a good wipe down prior. In the colder season when fires are permitted, you can also cook over the campfire using the appropriate cooking gear. Hygiene. So showers. I get at least 1 nice warm shower in per week at families. Other days I use public showers, my cool shower within Calypso, the washdown method, and I'm sure in the summertime I'll be using the river to wash more frequently, making sure that no soap enters the waterways. My warm water system is heated by gas, but I use it minimally. I have the luxury of my own bathroom within Calypso, so I can clean up and brush my teeth at my own leisure. Toilets. I know many people don't like to use public toilets, as I'm sure many wouldn't like to use a public shower either. However, when you're free camping, public toilets it is. Some are super clean and others not so much so. And then there are some that I just wouldn't enter. In quieter times, I will go into the wild using the leave no trace policy. Whilst I use public toilets wherever I can, my cassette toilet in Calypso needs to be emptied at a dump point around every 5 days. Washing clothes. I am again lucky as I have my family's house once per week where I do a load of washing. Failing that, I have a small washing machine that I can use which is powered by me. There are also facilities at many paid campgrounds and normally cost around $4 to $5 per wash. Water. I'm lucky I have the option of topping up at family's house, but I always make sure I top up at free camp spots and paid camp spots as well. Some of these free spots only have water that isn't suitable for drinking, but you can use it for other uses and you can add solutions to make it drinkable. Always check the water protocol for that area, which may be located on signage or on their website. Most places will have bins available for rubbish. However, some require you take your rubbish with you. Please respect the lands in which you visit. And most importantly, find out who the traditional landowners are of the lands in which you visit. There is so much to know about the history and culture. Learn to connect with the land, to listen to the land, to be present. The earth gives us abundant joy. Let's give back. Thanks for watching. Subscribe now for regular updates on the channel.